Welcome to At Ease with Cooking. I'm Bonnie Kerschke, your host. When you think about the holidays, you automatically think of all the parties that you will be involved with. And perhaps this year, you think that you might like to try a different type of party. A type of party that you have never given before. A party that will be less formal and more casual. If so, then why not try having a tree trimming, holiday caroling, ice skating, or sledding party? Take your pick, because our program this evening, titled Casual Holiday Entertaining, revolves around these types of parties. Casual, fun-filled, hassle-free parties. And our menu this evening will fit perfectly for any one of these parties. And I'll begin the fun by giving you some ideas for quick and easy appetizers and a mixed greens salad. This party is really going to be a great one. We're going to have some very easy appetizers, ones that you can just buy the things at the store and use them right out of the packages. Of course, we've got our crackers, several different kinds. They have some boxes that have 3 and 4 different kinds of crackers in one box. They're wonderful. You get 4 different crackers in one box. Great, you don't have to have a lot of boxes that you're not going to be using all of them during the holidays. And then here's one that's just a regular kind of a butter cracker. Well, what we're going to do with some beverages too is we're going to have some wine, and we're also going to have some beverages that are non-alcoholic. And we have a sparkling spumante, and we've got a sparkling peach juice beverage. Those juice beverages are really great. You might want to have some bottled water, and of course you probably have some soda and some beer, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Just remember, it's the holidays. You don't want to indulge in alcoholic beverages. If you're going to be drinking, please have a designated driver. We want the holidays to be happy ones for everyone. So now, some of the things we're going to put on these crackers. Here we've got a purchased cheddar cheese with nuts on the outside. Very easy. Buy it right at most any grocery stores. And we have here a spreadable cheese. This is one that has spinach and artichokes. And we've had a mixture of these great olives, cocktail olives, all different kinds. They have olive stations in some of the stores now, and you can get them there rather inexpensively. And here we have a brie. And what's a great thing to do with brie is you take a little slice, put it on a cracker, and add a little bit of raspberry preserves. Look how festive that looks. Very festive, very easy to make up, and each guest can do just exactly what they would like. Now, you might have some people who are kind of watching the carbs and the fats and things, and so for those we've put a nice platter of fruit together. Some strawberries, cantaloupe, red and green grapes, kiwi fruit, and whatever happens to be in season, because it's going to be, the holidays, you never really know what you're going to find. Be versatile and flexible. And if you really want to go a little bit more, get a little bit fancier, they have these great little kebab sticks. You can make some up and put them right on your platter. And that's if you want to do that. Otherwise, just put some fresh fruits out. If you have some cheese spreads that you would like to prepare yourself or some other little appetizer, go right ahead. These are just some ideas to get you started. Now, we're going to move on now over to the mixed greens salad. And what we have here is we've picked out this variety of lettuces. We have some romaine, we have some radicchio, we had some red leaf lettuce, some plain leaf lettuce, and we have some arugula. This is a little peppery, like I like to say. So if you use this, you want to be sure that you don't use too much of it in your salad to overpower the the other lettuces. Now, what we're going to have here are 12 cups of the lettuces that have been torn. And I'm just going to put these in the bowl. And this salad serving will be for 6 people. You're figuring about 2 cups per person. And it's best not to dress the salad. Just place it out in your bowl, have some serving size bowls available, and you can just let them serve and put the dressing on themselves. Now, if you would like, you could use any bottled salad dressing that you like. I'm going to be using one that I make at home, and you make it either in the blender or you make it in a food processor, and you really do need one or the other of those. The ingredients are 1/4 cup of white vinegar, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard, about 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, and 1 small clove of garlic, and we have about 1/2 small onion, and you chop it up. Now what you do is you put all of these ingredients in the blender or the food processor and get it going so that your garlic and your onion are completely cut up. Then while the motor is still running, you want to take your 3/4 cup of vegetable oil and you want to pour it in very, very slowly so that you get a nice emulsified salad dressing. And then here is where we have the salad dressing, and we're going to just serve it here. Of course, keep this in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve it, and then you can shake it up and put it in a kind of a pretty little decanter here. And because it's emulsified, it's not going to separate like a lot of salad dressings do. And there you have your great mixed green salads. And coming up next, we're going to have Teresa Fouché, who is going to be preparing jambalaya and a green bean and tomato saute. Hi, Teresa. So great for you to be here with us this evening.
Hi, Bonnie.
This is great. Sounds like a wonderful couple of recipes you've got for us. And the first one you're going to work on is the green bean and tomato saute, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So how are we going to prepare this then?
Well, Bonnie, what I like to do is heat my pans, and I tend to be so busy in the kitchen that I set some water on the pans as they're heating up. And when I hear the sizzle of the water, that tells me the pans are ready to go.
Great tip. Great tip.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And so we hear the water, and we also see the water bubbling and percolating. And so it won't hurt the dishes at all to have a little bit of extra moisture in there. And so what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to pour the moisture out of this pan.
All right.
And I'm going to move back here, if that's all right.
Sure.
Just for safety's sake. Normally I'd pour this into the kitchen sink.
Okay.
Because I am going to put some oil in here.
Oh yes, we don't want it splattering and burning you. Yeah.
That's right.
Good.
So for the green bean and tomato saute, we will have some olive oil, some garlic, some onion, some wine, white wine. Any kind of white wine will do.
Okay.
This happens to be a Pinot Grigio, but you could do a Chardonnay or a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
And we have green beans, tomatoes, and the cheese will come last. Now, Parmesan cheese works great, any kind of a strong cheese. I happen to have a Parmesan and a goat cheese blend. Just something with a little bit of punch.
Okay.
All right, here goes the oil. And I like to get this started while I work on the jambalaya.
Oh, that's a good tip. Now, you had mentioned to me before, too, that you could do something ahead of time. Was it the jambalaya and then just heat it up?
That's right. You could do the jambalaya first and let it cook. Day-old jambalaya sometimes tastes better than first-day jambalaya even.
Okay. Kind of like a stew. It makes it really, the flavors blend a little bit more. I'm going to get these out of your way here.
Thank you. Now what I like to do is give myself some time to let a sauce build up. Now we have 2 tablespoons of oil in here, about a tablespoon of garlic, and about a tablespoon of onion. You could use onions or shallots. It's up to the cook. And after this cooks up a little bit, then I will add some white wine to make a bit of a sauce. The white wine is optional. Now while this is going, I guess I get a little busy in the kitchen, and so we can go ahead and start on the jambalaya now that the garlic and onions are cooking up. And we'll keep an eye on them, and we'll add the wine at the appropriate time. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and add our jambalaya ingredients. We have oil again, we have our good friend garlic again, we have the Trinity, the Holy Trinity of jambalaya and all good Southern cooking, which is to bring in some onions, some celery, and some green pepper. We don't make a whole lot without that. And then we'll bring in some spices, and we'll tell a little bit more about the spices shortly. Some andouille sausage. This happens to be chicken andouille sausage.
All right.
It's a very flexible dish. We also have beans. These happen to be red beans. Chicken. This happens to be, you can put in fresh chicken and cook it up, or you can put in chicken that you might have day old. It's a very flexible dish. Chicken that's been cooked up previously.
Sure.
And raw shrimp or cooked shrimp. I happen to bring some raw shrimp in, and we'll cook that up. And we have salt and pepper with a bay leaf, and some rice, and some stock, and maybe another shot of some Tabasco. We'll see. Again, it's a very flexible dish. So we can...
Excuse me.
It's easy breezy for the holidays.
Oh, and how this is so great for the types of parties we're planning. But with the appetizers, those you can serve to the people while they're all arriving.
That's
and then
right.
you can go, especially if you're going sledding or skating or something like that, you can go out and do that and then come back and then have your meal. Or if you're going to do the trimming the tree, you trim the tree and then you have your meal. So you've had a little something to tide you over.
That's right. All right, we can hear the sizzling and the cooking going on here with our jambalaya starting up. And it really works with whatever you have on hand. Let's say you have a turkey left over that you served up. Go ahead and throw some turkey in, leave the chicken out. Let's say you want a few more beans, a few more people showed up than you were planning on. You just add some more beans. You got guests who don't like beans, leave the beans out.
Very versatile then. You fix it for what your guests for the day or
Absolutely.
evening.
Some people enjoy a spicy arrangement, other people enjoy a milder arrangement. As a matter of fact, we can add the Tabasco or leave it off. Now, are you a fan of Tabasco or not?
No.
Well, then you know what? We can just leave that off. Let's pretend we didn't put it out. Like we say, it's totally optional.
Well, that's good.
Now we can see the...
I wouldn't mind it. It's just it talks back to me.
I see. All right, we're going to add the wine now because our garlic and our onion has been cooking a bit.
All right.
So we'll just add a little bit there. And that'll cook down. The alcohol will all cook off.
Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision here because these aromas are just wonderful, all coming together. And look at how colorful that is.
And that's just the start. All right. Next, we have the, let's bring the spices in.
Okay. And
Thank
if you
you.